What's up? All this for me and Nick?
Got it.
Hey, I appreciate it, guys.
We thought it was a great story when we read it, and we just kind of took it from there, and it just kind of evolved. And somebody said, let's get commemorative coins, and then somebody, we got to get jerseys like a gift for them. And then somebody said, you know what, I know some people who have access to airplanes. Why don't we have a flyby? And also the color guards here, and oh, the mayor's going to come out.
It started out just we wanted to give them some commemorative jerseys because they play Tri-City football, and it blew up into this huge ceremony. What I was most impressed with was how many boys came out. It wasn't mandatory, and I think we had about 650 of our 750 players out on that field.
Outstanding to see us pay the due respect to the real heroes out there.
We'll let you know a few more details about Nicholas and Phil. The story actually begins way back in the day, 1996. 10 and 11-year-old Nick and Phil joined the Tri-City Chargers 95-pound football team. Little did they know, like Mayor Don said, that this hometown activity would lead them to meet years later halfway around the world in a war zone serving their country. Anyway, they both graduated from St. Charles. Nick from North in 2003 and Phil from East in 2004. Phil joined the United States Marine Corps soon after graduation. He went through boot camp at San Diego, SOI School of Infantry with an MOS of 311 Riflemen. Phil was selected for the 8th and I shooting team and then selected to serve as presidential security at the White House for 2 years under Commander-in-Chief President Bush. While his job was important, he longed to go to the front lines and utilize the expertise that he had been trained for. Phil's ideals came true. In his second 2 years, he was deployed to Iraq in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom, where he earned the title of corporal and held numerous leadership positions. Meanwhile, Nicholas had been attending college, but his thoughts continued to return to his desire to join the military. He finally joined the United States Marine Corps, graduating from boot camp in San Diego, just like Phil, and SOI School of Infantry with an MOS of Infantry Anti-Tank Guided Missile Man. He deployed to Iraq in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom in October of 2007. Nick went on his first mission in Iraq, which included reconnaissance for insurgents, IED detection, house searches, etc. He kept thinking the squad leader looked vaguely familiar. Upon returning from the mission, a few fellow troops mentioned that the squad leader was also from St. Charles. Nick went over to investigate and then recognized none other than Corporal Phil Akins, his Tri-City Chargers teammate and his squad leader.
At this time, I'd like to introduce and ask them to come up on stage, Nick Milburn and Phil Akins. Well, I've been out for 3 years now. You know, when I came home from Iraq, you know, this was my welcoming party. My parents, I stayed in St. Charles for a couple days, and then I went deer hunting for like 15. I just wanted to go someplace where it was really cold and there was a lot of snow, and I could shoot at things that didn't shoot back at me. You know, I was talking to Mom and Dad. When I first started playing Tri-City, right over there in that field, somewhere where all this new stuff is that I don't recognize. Yeah, it was 1993. That was 17 years ago that I first started playing football. Needless to say, I can't remember a time in my life where I didn't play football. That's just kind of a foreign thought to me. I always played football, and then I went straight out of, you know, high school right into the Marines, so I've always been on part of the team. So this is pretty cool to actually come back all these years later and me and Nick got on Charger jerseys. So from the bottom of my heart, this means a lot. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you to the Tri-City Chargers for putting this on. This is definitely overwhelming. I didn't expect this much. And you know, thank you guys for coming out. I appreciate it.
Thank you to everybody involved in putting this together. It's really nice to be back here, see all the young men getting ready to play some football, get excited. Should be a pretty interesting day. And all the veterans who served before us, thank you for stepping up for your country. I think it's really cool that they even gave us the opportunity so that we could serve and do what we do. And to all the families that support them and supported them, or if you just support the military in general, thank you.
And you know, in this day and age, when you get to see what's going on in the sports world, where there's millions upon millions of dollars and athletes not doing what they need to do to be good role models, those are the types of individuals that we really got to honor.
And at the end of it, they all walked past the Marines and shook their hands, and that's what we're all about here. And I think it was great for the boys to see that. For me personally, I had chills during that ceremony. I thought